Florian Herlia says, review chapter 93. It's fucking awesome, dude. Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Kostine, and today we are going to be reviewing Attack on Titan Chapter 93. This may come out as a surprise to some of you, but it was actually Golden Week in Japan, which is the reason why this chapter came out so early. Of course, the official version isn't out yet and should come out by the end of the week. But anyway, the first translation of the scans that we got was pretty bad. It had a lot of misleading information, and I do not recommend reading that one. Anyway, as for what happens in this chapter, we get a lot, and I mean lots and lots of revelations. The first one is kind of the one we got hinted at with the last chapter, that basically the world is making huge progress with the development of new military technology. And this isn't just the Mideast Allied forces, which Marty signed a peace treaty with last chapter. They have cannons capable of obliterating Titans in one shot, exceeding what Marty has by a lot. Basically, the mistake Marty made was overestimating the power of the Titans and relying on it too much in order to maintain their position in the world. What this means is, despite having the Titan power on their side, which consists of 5 different Titan shifters, the Titan power itself is slowly becoming overshadowed by the rest of the technology that the world possesses. And even obtaining the founding Titan is not the key to keeping Marty in power, which was, as we all already know, their original goal before the war between the Mideast Allied forces and Marty started. Also, why is Mads Mikkelsen the Admiral of Marty? Just putting that out there. What the fuck is Mads Mikkelsen? Anyway, apart from that, we also get some more insight on Zeke, including how his powers to turn humans into Titans and control them actually works. As we all suspected, just screaming at them is not the trigger to his power. He first needs to inject his spinal fluid, I'm guessing either his human spinal fluid or that of the Beast Titan, and by screaming, these aliens will turn into Titans and follow his command. They can also move during the moonlight, as we saw in the recent Season 2 episodes. However, according to Colt, this ability has not been present in the Beast Titan yet, which means the reason for it is Zeke's royal blood. And a big revelation on top of that is that Marty is not aware of Zeke's heritage. They know who Grisha Yeager is and that he's the reason for their troubles with R.I.P Island, but they did not know that Dina Fritz, a member of the royal family, was his mother. In other words, his heritage is a secret, and according to him, if Colt manages to inherit the Beast Titan, which Zeke isn't sure about yet, he will know his secret. And I know a lot of people expected there to be no more Marty chapters, but we actually do get some insight on R.I.P Island as well. Namely the fact that Marty is aware that Eren possesses both the Founding and the Attack Titans in his body, but they are uncertain of Bertolt and Annie's status and consider them MIA. However, it's also revealed that in the past 3 years, Marty sent investigation ships, including some destroyer ships, to investigate the island and report back in. However, none of the ships came back, which leads Zeke to theorize that they were destroyed by Titans, but he also suspects that one Titan alone would not be enough to destroy 32 ships, and it was done with the help of a second Titan as well. And this is where we see Armin as a Titan for the first time. For those of you who were saying he was not going to be a Colossal Titan and he was going to look like his minus Titan, there you go. On top of that, finally, after all of these chapters, we get some insight on what the Acromans actually are. According to Zeke, their existence was only known as a legend by the royal family, and what they actually are subproducts or byproduct of Titans. So the whole lightning thing in the anime, the ridiculous physical power and agility, Acromans are somehow connected to Titans in one way or another. Though we don't know yet, we do kind of get a hint at it now, which is very appreciated. I've been waiting for this for so long, and Zeke basically says there's at least 2 of them on the island and he does not want to see them again. Understandable. We also see Galliard in human form, and he's an absolute savage. Like, give this guy a break. Oh, and he's Marcel's brother. Yeah. But probably one of the biggest revelations in this chapter was that Ymir is in fact dead. The Dancing Titan, which is actually a fan name, is actually the original Jaw Titan. Marcel possessed the Jaw Titan originally. He was then eaten by Ymir, and during the time skip, or I guess before the time skip, Galliard ate Ymir and is thus the current Jaw Titan. Really sad. I always knew Ymir was dead ever since the ending of chapter 50, but I didn't really expect her to go out like this off screen. Maybe there's going to be a flashback, but for now, yeah. In all honesty though, Galliard's pretty cool. He's basically the flock of the warriors, except he's actually enjoyable. Oh, and we see this girl. Guess who it is? Okay, so the Pony Titan is confirmed to be a girl. You know all those jokes? Mealtime best girl? Yeah, it's actually best girl. And apparently the quadrupedal Titan, or Cartman, I guess Cartwoman's ability, is to stay transformed for a really long period of time. She was a Titan for 2 months and forgot how to walk on 2 feet when she returned back to being human. I feel really bad for her honestly, but she seems to get along with Galliard. We also get the other 4, you know, the Eldian warrior cadets, and they ask a pretty legitimate question. Now that the Titan power is becoming overshadowed by all of this amazing military technology, what is going to become of the Eldians? Like, does Marty even need Titans anymore after all of this? They might as well just kill them. And that's actually a pretty interesting point, even though that's not exactly what's going to happen. Well, for now at least. But according to Reiner, Gabby is supposed to be the one to inherit the Armored Titan, although Falco, wanting to save her, states that he will inherit it instead, and Reiner, also wishing to protect Gabby, tells Falco that he must surpass her in order to do so, and save her from Ymir's curse of dying in 13 years. So that's basically everything that happened in this chapter. There were a lot of revelations, and it also gave us some insight on Zeke and his character, including his motives. In fact, that he has not told Marty that he is of royal blood, even though Kruger suspected him to do so after he betrayed his parents, but he seems to be fully trusted by everyone in Marty, including Magat, who claims to have known him since he was a kid. And his secret, which he mentions that Colt will get if he inherits the Beast Titan, is in fact that he is of royal blood. And apparently, the Titan Chemistry Research Society has seemingly been unable to see why Zeke was able to have this power, even though he is not of royal blood. Except he actually is, but from what we can tell, they have no way of telling that. Overall, Zeke seems to have his own goal for the fact that he has not shared everything. He still wishes to take revenge on Parati Island for what happened 4 years ago, but he does seem to have his own ghost, or his own little scheme, which is not shared by the rest of Marty from what we've seen so far. As for the cadets, I'm pretty sure Falco will be the one to get the Armored Titan. Maybe we're going to get another Marty chapter, because we've basically had 3 Marty chapters, so 1 more to complete the volume wouldn't be too unnecessary, but I would like to get back to the main cast soon. Unlike a lot of people, I am actually enjoying this new arc quite a lot. Even though until now we've strictly been getting Marty's story, I think it's really interesting to get the perspective on the other side. I mean, sure, we have the good guys, but then you have the quote-unquote bad guys, except they're not just bad. It really gives you multiple perspectives, and I think that's one of the best things Isayama has been able to do since we got the Grisha files. There's no truth in this world, like Kruger said, and you have 2 sides with their own ideals, and what they want and what they want to do is going to collide with the other's ideal, and that's basically going to be the main theme of this final war, which I hope is coming up very soon. Overall, I enjoyed this chapter a lot. The amount of revelations that we got were very appreciated, and it's just what we needed after all this time of being in the dark about the Warriors and Marty. I hope we get more soon, I hope we get back to the main cast, and I hope this final arc is going to be very satisfying. As for Falco and Gabby, there may be some conflict on who exactly will get the Armored Titan. I hope that's settled next chapter considering the ending of this chapter, and personally I think Falco will get it, but there is going to be a conflict in one way or another. Maybe something bad will happen with Gabby, maybe not, but considering that they aren't at war at the moment, there really shouldn't be anything too extreme, aside from possible internal conflict between the characters. Overall, this was a pretty solid chapter. I would give it a 9 out of 10, really enjoyable, really appreciate the revelations, and really excited for what happens from now on, as with every chapter. Also, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for 3,000 subscribers. Honestly though, I cannot thank you guys enough. It means so much to me that you guys enjoy what I'm doing, want more, and it's basically what motivates me to make more content. Thank you for watching. This has been my review of Attack on Titan Chapter 93, and I will see you all next time.